Estelle and welcome back to my channel, Live Your Life Like It's Chocolate. So in today's vlog, I want to talk a little bit about myself and my health issues. I have other issues that I want to talk about related to my life, but I don't think I'm going to do it all in one video because I don't want all of my videos to be so long that people, go, oh, this video is too long, let's move along. So like I said in my introductory video, I am 56. I was born in the Bronx, New York, and when I was 7, we moved to South Florida, which is where I live now. I live in Deerfield Beach, Florida, and I live with my 90-year-old father, and I take care of him. And prior to that, I was a full-time caregiver for my mother. I quit my job to originally go back to college, but then she got ill, so I had to put that on hold for a little bit, and I became her full-time caregiver. Then I went back to school after she passed away, and I went back to work part-time. And then I went a couple of semesters, and then unfortunately I had to leave school because I became a full-time caregiver for my older brother. He passed away in 2016. So now, after he passed away, then I went back to work in January of 2017. But unfortunately, due to health issues, I had to quit. So unfortunately, I've been out of work for a year plus, and I'm finding it very difficult to get back into the workforce. But that's another issue, and that's, not your problem. But anyway, so to my health issues, I am pre-diabetic. My family is predisposed on my mother's side to diabetes. My mother had it, my brother had it, my mom's brother and sister had it, one of her grandparents had it, I'm not sure which one. So that's one of the reasons I'm trying to lose weight. The other issue I have is I have hypothyroidism, which is where for those of you that don't know what that is, that's where your thyroid fails to produce enough thyroid hormone. And of course your thyroid is pretty much an organ in your body that, does a lot of work. It's the powerhouse of your body, really. It does a lot of functions. So because it doesn't produce enough hormone, a lot of things, my heart rate is slower, my hair is thinner than it was 20-something years ago. I'm very sluggish. I have no energy, and I am tired all the time. I'm exhausted right now. I feel every day like, when you're young and younger and you were in college, or if anybody's in college right now, and when you pull an all-nighter, let's say you've been out and you've been partying, you get home at 1 and you got to be up for work at 6, so you only have a few hours of sleep. You get up, you go to work, and by noon time, you're completely exhausted. That's how I feel every day. I wake up tired, I go to bed tired. I take medication for it, but it does not help, to be honest with you. I don't know if I need to, get a higher dosage on my medicine or what, but I am tired all the time. So sometimes I really just don't have the energy to do a lot of things. So, and then finally, my other issue is, of course, my being overweight, but that's a separate video. And then my final issue is I have spinal stenosis. And for those of you that don't know what that is a narrowing of your spinal canal. And as it narrows, it compresses against the nerves. And so therefore you have a lot of pain. And you have other symptoms besides pain. I have difficulty walking. I can't stand for long periods of time. I have pain that radiates down my legs. I have pain in my feet. Sometimes the pain is so bad that the only time I feel good is when I'm laying down. And that's no joke. Years ago, I was probably like 2012, 2013, I was walking like 45 minutes and I was feeling great. And I love when I go for my walks. I love it. It's so great. But when I was working last year at the company I was working for, part of the job was lifting heavy boxes. And when you have spinal stenosis, unfortunately, lifting heavy boxes is a no-no. And I didn't listen to my inner voice. And I decided to apply for the job because I had worked for this company years ago. And I started working last year in January, I believe, the end of January, beginning of February, and I had to leave by June because I just couldn't, it hurt so bad to stand, even leaning on a shopping cart. It hurt so bad. So, and that prevents me from exercising. My spinal stenosis got worse from working for that company. So all this past year, I have not walked because I've been in such pain. I was afraid to walk, to be honest, because sometimes when I'm walking, the pain is so bad, it feels like my back is going to break in half. So I decided to change that, and I've gone back to my walking. Of course, I'm not walking like I used to, where I'm walking 45 minutes. I really have to walk, work my way up to that. But I've decided to get back into my exercising for my health, because walking will help lower your blood sugar if you're diabetic. I can't really do anything about my thyroid except increasing the dosage, and my doctor hasn't done that in a while. But and I'm due for blood work next week. But walking for spinal stenosis really helps you because it helps to stretch out the muscles, especially in your back. So I'm not going to tell you how long I walk, but it's not very long. Actually, you know what, I will tell you, because I want to be open and honest with this vlog, and I want to tell you everything about what I'm going through as far as my health, my weight loss, everything that goes on in my life. And I can barely walk 5 minutes, to be quite honest with you. And that's, maybe due to my being overweight, but it's mostly due to my spinal stenosis. But like I said, years ago when I used to walk, used to walk 45 minutes, and I loved it, and I miss it tremendously. So I decided to get back into it. Like I said, I can barely walk 5 minutes, but I know that eventually that will change, and I will be able to walk. I'm looking to get to 30 minutes. I would like my goal is to get to 30 minutes, so I'm doing it in increments. And so I'm hoping that it will help. I've noticed since I've gone back to my walking that the pain that I have in my back is not as great. The muscles right where your butt starts, those muscles are hard as a rock. But I've noticed since I've been walking that they are slowly softening up and everything, so that's a good thing. So my goal for myself, as far as my weight loss and my health and my exercise, is to try and follow as healthy eating plan as I possibly can. Of course, I'm only human, and there's going to be some days where I may not be so great about it, and I have to learn to not beat myself up if I'm not so great one day, or if I have, a soda when I shouldn't have a soda, or if I have, if I decide to have cheeseburger from someplace and I shouldn't have it, or if I have a bowl if I have a little bit of ice cream, if I have 3 scoops instead of just 2 scoops, I'm not gonna feel so bad. Or if I decide one day to have Chinese for lunch or dinner, I have to learn to not beat myself up and to feel so guilty, because tomorrow is a different day. And that's what you have to learn, that you shouldn't beat yourself up over anything, because tomorrow's a different day, and there is no such thing as failure. For me, failure is not a failure. It's a lesson learned to try and do better tomorrow, the next day, next week, next month, or even next year. I want to try and be a better person tomorrow than I am today, or than I was yesterday. So I have to improve some things on myself. And so this vlog is about that, I guess. And it's, you know, also, I wasn't going to go into it today, but I guess I will say it today, that when I talked about my introductory video, I want to go on adventures and living outside the box. And that's what I want for my life, to be happy, and to be happy on a regular and steady basis, and not to dwell on what's wrong with my life, but to think positive and be positive every single day, and know that no matter what I weigh, or whether I can walk 5 minutes or 25 minutes, I'm still a good person. And I bleed red, I hurt just like everybody else. Just because I'm overweight doesn't mean that I don't have feelings, because I have feelings just like everybody. And I think I just went off on a tangent that I didn't want to go on, but anyway, so that's it for today. And please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.